Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This one's going to be for the Spongebob movie, Sponge Out of Water, based on obviously the Nickelodeon SpongeBob series, animated series. So yeah, and this movie stars Antonio Banderas, Eric Bauza, Tim Conaway, Eddie Denson, Rob Paulson, Kevin Michael Richardson, April Stewart, Chris Summers, Billy West, Carlos Alazaracchio, Nolan North, Paul Tibbett, Tom Kenny, Bill Roger Bumpass, I believe is Roger Bumpass, um, uh, Mr. Lawrence, Jill Talley, Clancy Brown, and D D Bradley Baker, and Carolyn Lawrence and Mary Jo Carlett and Siren Irwin. And yeah, so the SpongeBob movie. Before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual. For those of you to actually check it out, stop the video, check it out, and then come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those that have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So yeah, basically, the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. As usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So basically, you have Antonio Banderas, and he's portraying this pirates called Burger Beard, which is pretty funny. And basically, he somehow managed to steal the Krabby Patty formula. Down in Bikini Bottom, Mr. Krabs blames SpongeBob and Plankton, and the reason he blames SpongeBob is because he's trying to defend Plankton. So now SpongeBob and Plankton need to find a way to get back the Krabby Patty formula before this apocalypse takes over all of Bikini Bottom, and there is no more Bikini Bottom. And yeah, first off, the one thing I noticed right off the bat when the animation started is that it's too bright. I don't know if you guys know that, but I don't know if it's just the way it was shot, or drawn in this case. I don't know if it's just the way it was animated or the coloring or whatever, but it just seemed a little bit brighter than what a normal SpongeBob episode is. So I Hollywood, whatever, but that's like one of the first things I noticed. So yeah, the voice acting is pretty good. We are used to it. Sandy and SpongeBob and Patrick, Plankton, Mr. Krabs, Squidward. We are used to the voices of them. With Tom Kenny and all that. So it is that's pretty good. They're used to that. So and we're used to that. And overall, it's pretty good. Pretty great to say the least. And yeah, now Antonio Banderas, he was good. He was good in the role, but he really didn't have much of a purpose in the overarching plot up until maybe the last 20 minutes of the movie. Um, so yeah, one thing about the movie is that despite what the trailers make it seem like, really though, like the last 30-ish minutes of the movie are actually of the group out of water. Really the last 30-20 minutes are really of the group out of water. And for the most part, the trailers made it seem like they're gonna be out of water for the most part. And yeah, one thing, speaking about the trailers, there's maybe one or two scenes from the trailers that probably got cut before the movie was made, because I remember just like 2 or 3 scenes from the trailers that didn't make it onto the movie. So I just want to point that out. So yeah, overall it's a pretty decent movie. Nothing really out of the ordinary. There were some things that could have been taken out or just could have been maybe explained better. Now there are many things that are pretty convenient, but then again, this is a children's movie. This is made for children, and children barely have any logic. So yeah, my theater was packed with a bunch of 5 and 6 year olds with their parents. I was maybe one of the few teenagers in that whole theater. Just me and my friend, and we were just there, watching the SpongeBob movie. And yeah, and one thing that many people say is that you probably have to be drunk or be tripping balls just to watch parts of this movie. And yeah, that's true. You probably need to be tripping balls or be drunk as fuck to be watching parts of this movie, because there's maybe this like maybe 5 to 10 minutes of the movie where Plankton and SpongeBob, they're just time traveling for whatever reason, and they're with this, and they eventually meet up with this dolphin who essentially is God, or a type of God, and that was just the weirdest, most, it was weird and funny at the same time. You probably need to be tripping balls, and the dolphin appears like 3 times throughout the whole movie. So yeah, and also the end with when it's revealed that the Burger Beard is probably Patchy the Pirate, or whatever. They kind of make a nod towards Patchy the Pirate, like the last maybe 5 minutes of them doing the SpongeBob song. You probably need to be tripping balls um for that. So I mean, there are things where you probably need to be tripping balls or be drunk as fuck throughout the movie, which is not good because this is a kids movie. So yeah, but for kids, I think it's pretty enjoyable. They sure as hell don't need to be tripping balls. I mean, they shouldn't to begin with, but whatever. I mean, overall, I mean, if you have kids, do take them to it, especially if they love SpongeBob. So I mean, this is made by the people who made the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob, and yeah, I mean, I've watched SpongeBob since who knows when. Even their newer episodes, and I really, I think they're pretty good. So I mean, overall, it's not a great movie. It's not an amazing movie. But I think it's just as good as the first one. I mean, they do focus on some other characters unlike the first one, but overall, it's a pretty good movie. It's really, really well animated. But there are some things that could be taken out, and there are definitely some things in which we should not be tripping balls. So yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give it a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty good movie. Antonio Banderas, I mean, he kind of, there's really no purpose for him up until the last 20 minutes, and there's again some really weird parts, weird but funny. So yeah, again, 7 out of 10. So I'd give the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water. From a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on the movie. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.